Tverdokhlebov. So my presentation here. And this is lightweight, energy-efficient building envelope with built-in ventilation systems and firefighting. We do with projecting buildings and skyscrapers. We're looking for best solutions of outer walls, and engineers, they're trying to come up with a thinner and lighter walls using different concrete and all this. So when they lose the footage of 700 square meters per each 1,000 square meters of general meterage. So the solution to the problem is to lower the weight of walls in Finland. They developed a light thermal panel. So it's over 8 years. This panel is used in Russian Federation for buildings from 9 to 20 floors. And this 30-year-old solution should be improved. So we developed a new panel. So we sold very well several licenses. We built several buildings for R&D, and the third generation of panels are presented here. We provide 5 million rubles for research for this walls, and we need 6 million more of investment. We also we put these panels together, and every year production is 60 million per each, with a 25% profitability, and production of each facility will be 200,000 square meters. So for the first 2 years, we plan to get to 30% of and to get $240,000 a year. That will allow us to get a return on investment very soon. And since the cost of the third generation of panels is much better, so it will improve capitalization and licensing. The added value of using the panels is it's very good for saving energy and improving energy efficiency, and the recuperation system also will help to complexly resolve several problems. They won't be stale or any bad consequences of building. So all this will increase capitalizations, and you can save energy resources. For 2014, the housing market was 80 million square meters, 54 million meters. This is the volume of walls. The capacity of the market is about 40 million square meters. So it's more than $1 billion US. So at this time, for our panel of the third generation, so when we get to the global level of energy resources, when we reach today, the panels of the second generation, they are cheaper than the third generation. So we have this advantage. The third generation panels will be 90% of the market of the housing. So Eurasian and European market, and the difference in price will really help with that. We use transfer of aviation technology, partly the how the air channels are made in the walls of a plane and aircraft, and so it will be a breakthrough technology in the market. In the world, there is no such deficit of housing as in CIS, so therefore these first generation panels were never improved. Therefore the businessmen in Russia never did this. When we build a 20-story building of the first generation, now using So now there is a lack of so-called social housing, reconstruction of 5-story buildings. So Roman, you have 1 minute left. So we use the panels of second generation. We get patents in Europe and in the custom union. We consistently built 2 houses, and we made a research on how they work. We made the more rational and improved operation of the panels after studying the world trends. We invested in R&D and building, so we are invited as experts. We analyze mistakes of our competitors. So we have very good experience in implementing innovations and realizing big projects. In our team, we can promote the license for the 3rd generation panels. So thank you very much. Your questions. Could you tell us? I don't understand. So your panels of the 4th generation, sorry, 3rd generation, this is what? This is a multi-layered structure where there are air channels that the air is fed to the. No, this is it. So these are walls. No, it's not walls. This is the panel based on the steel carcasses that has 3-layer insulation layer. The principal point here is we get better characteristics with a thinner wall. So in using this air layer that allows to bring more air in the building. So it's a steel structure. It's going to be more expensive than a concrete wall. So the 2nd generation panels, they're 12% cheaper than concrete. The only thing that they don't use it. The people are just used to concrete. The more expensive gas will be. So it'll open us a new market. Today, this is the market of reconstructing the old 5-story buildings. So on the buildings you already have, you can only build extra floors on them using the panels of a lighter weight. So investors, they have 3 advantages. First, they can increase the footage they sell. How strong those walls are, so they're stronger than the concrete. So the point of the panel, so the Russian science came to the point where, so when you have the carrying walls and the protecting walls, so it's better if the panels are carrying themselves, you know, so the carcasses works on its own and the panel works on its own. So, but it's also, we worked on the system of connecting the walls and all that. So, the concrete panels, they don't do the same. The question is, what buildings have you built, and what is and how many floors? The first experimental building was built in Ukraine, 3 floors. The second one was built in Belarus, 2 floors. As of today, we have projects that passed the state approval. This is administration building, 4-story building, and they have a project that is to be evaluated. It's going to be 5 floors. The only factor that stops it from this is the energy resources. The project went the expertise of to build on top of the existing building. So where did you do the additional buildings? So the project that went through expertise, this is Belarus. But in Russia, have you gone through expertise? Yes, we have experience of going through the expertise because we are the member of the building society, and yes, there is 4 floors we build on the 5-story building. So in this year there will be a project from us. Did you do independent expertise or Moscow city expertise? The experience we had in Kaliningrad region, in Smolensk region, have you gone through the independent expertise or state expertise or Moscow city expertise?
As far as concerns expertise, we will go through different expertise, including the independent expertise and the panelists who approve this expertise. The PhD degree scientists, and we protect the designs, and not all the experts are the experts in this field. Sometimes we have to put questions about the expertise and knowledge of those experts who generate expertise. So some conditions for Russia are not known for you. So the proper idea is smart and quite clear, but what kind of the investments are necessary for the renovation of households, renovation and reconstruction? What are the chances of recoveries and the terms? The question is clear. The panel line for the production of the panel houses can cost about 30 million euros for the traditional plant. So the similar line is of assembling production will be about 1.5 million. We like the steaming process, the energy efficiency intensity will be lower. We have to talk about the architecture. Emphasizes due to this panel, you can do whatever on your facade design, and you can transport it for long range distances, and the current capacities of the households plants enough. We have to build more capacities. It's enough. As we rely on the aspect that the main tests were made in Belarus, we have an approval that these panels can be equipable and compatible with the carrying walls. Any types, and so 1.5 thousand square meters. It can be input. It can be also mobile. It can be transported from the logistic point of view. What is the heating inlets here you use? We use the cellulose inlets, so that is of Russian origin, that is paper, the secondary recycled production of these inlets, and we managed to fight against the fighters. You recoup the heat and heat these substances. What is about the fire extinguishing? There is a patent installation. We accelerate the delivery of all the substances. The 4 minutes is not enough. So we have to sacrifice something in our presentation. You sacrifice with our competence. If we recall your words, realistical, why you were talking. So what is the trick of this invention? Because separately, it is quite clear. So the presentation is comprehensible. So you made a small size construction, but recalling the Azerbaijan fire with difficult consequences, and the half of the city is decorated with these panels. So the responsibility is high. We have a sort of so a kind of the proposal to your advice. So show us, please, 5 resistance of your materials, because in the forest is there were mass fires because they use the chips cartons, and then they used electrical wire, and if it was minus 20, everything burnt. If you do not show this designing solution, it isn't possible to show so this kind of the things for 4 minutes. It will be so separate slides. With cohesion, I will bring you so this kind of the presentation of 25 slides. Roman will bring the panel for us. So he will construct a pilot here. It's not a question. So I will hand out all the drawings and everything for you. So the next project is